Concord, without a doubt, is the most insane DUI-filled, woke piece of autistic trash that we have seen this year. Even Star Wars Outlaws is less woke than this. This game is absolute peak feminism.
So today is a joyous day. We have the launch of one of the most anticipated games of the last few years. Tons of people are talking about it. Millions are playing it. And that game's Black Myth Wukong. Instead of playing that today, I'm playing Concord. In fact,
That is sad. Again, Concord is just insane. Have you seen the character designs for this game? I hope you haven't, because that burns the eyes and soul.
already played it, and that's what we're going to talk about. As always, if you appreciate me playing these games for your sick amusement, please like the video and subscribe to see more, so that I know that you like seeing me miserable playing these games, which are almost certainly going to die. And
I'm sorry, did you not say that Star Wars Outlaws looks like a phenomenal and amazing game because you were leathered up like a piglet? By free expense paid trips to places and probably finding yourself embroiled with like literally 15 different women of the night that most likely took pictures and videos just so blackmail can continue in the future? Maybe.
also wasting a lot of money on it, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. But having said that, a little backstory with Concord. This is a game from Firewalk Studios being published by PlayStation.
And hopefully Firewalk Studios doesn't exist after this. Let me just, this is a perfect picture to summarize how bad this game is. So, the champion that's currently being played is a woman that actually is the only reasonable hot one in the whole entire game. Everything else looks like a fever dream. But her abilities are to set things ablaze with her mind. And you know what she decides to use as a weapon? A slingshot. There you go, a slingshot. Are you happy? She's using a slingshot. She can set your crotch up in blaze with the thought. But no, slingshot.
And it's technically speaking a first-party PlayStation Studios title. PlayStation actually went out and bought Fireworks Studios before this game was even announced. They thought it had that much potential, and according to some sources, they may have paid somewhere in the realm of $200 to $300 million when all was said and done for this game. Now, I'm not a video game scientist. I don't know.
I am. This is shit.
How they would have justified spending that much money. And honestly, even if it's less, even if it's only...
Listen, Sony, PlayStation, Minecraft, Microsoft, and all of these companies, they literally are just memes at this point, okay? Listen, Microsoft paid, what, $90 billion for Activision Blizzard? And then they looked at Valve's direction and said, "Hey Gabe, listen. We're gonna pay you $15 billion for the whole entirety of the PC marketplace." It's such a joke. It is absolutely such a joke how these things work. Okay? I'm surprised they didn't pay billions for this crap studio.
Only like 100 million or 50 million. Still, that is a crazy amount of money to pay for a game which, when announced, pretty much everybody agreed it was unremarkable. I don't know if
Yeah, look at that Star-Lord knockoff. What's the joke here? Oh, I like hot sauce. God, I hate life.
you watched the reveal of this game. It was the first thing that they showed off at their PlayStation showcase earlier this year. And prior to that, it had got...
Literally, them garbage can robot, by the way.
The reveal of this game, it was the first thing that they showed off at their...
There's no way this is not a them garbage can robot. That's amazing.
PlayStation showcase earlier this year. And prior to that, it had gotten a revealed trailer where they showed like a hamburger and some other cinematic stuff, but not a whole lot. But when they showed it off earlier this year in much more detail, they had a cinematic trailer showing the cast of characters that actually got people pretty excited and stoked. And then, right as the trailer ended...
Wait. I watched the trailer. Who the hell was stoked about this? It looked like a joke. It looked like a ginormous joke of an excuse of a game and a trailer.
and people were excited for
We were already playing Spot the White Dude in the first minute of it.
this new Guardians of the Galaxy inspired spin-off new PlayStation IP. They led in with this.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter.
And everybody's reaction was pretty much exactly what you would expect. People were like, oh, I was interested. And pretty much
no one was interested from this. If this was a story thing, it would be even arguably worse.
immediately people checked out. However, some people who are addicted to misery, such as myself, decided to continue
Literally Michael Jackson.
following this game and see what it had to offer. A number of weeks ago, they did
But before he became white.
a series of closed beta tests, and these beta tests were initially just for people who had the deluxe version pre-ordered, which was the closed beta test, and then they did an open beta test where you could play the game without having to pay anything for it. And that's significant because,
cool.
yes, this game is something you have to pay for. It is a 5v5 hero shooter that costs $40, and if you want access to early access, or what they call advanced access or whatever, you have to pay for the $60 version. Otherwise, it's just a flat $40. And during that
I love it so much.
open beta test, when the game was actually free, they peaked at just under 2,400 players. And I don't have to tell you probably that when your game is free and you can't break 2,400 players, that's not great.
Well, obviously.
Like, granted, this is just on Steam. These are just Steam numbers, but
Granted, just Steam numbers, aka the biggest platform for gaming. Yeah, granted, this is just the majority of the players, but don't worry. There's like 100 on Xbox and PlayStation also. Jeez.
this is a game that is a first-person shooter. This is allegedly going to be relatively competitive, and those types of games
This is allegedly going to be a literally Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League type of situation.
really depend on their PC audiences. And so to have such weak performance on PC when the game is free is not really confidence inspiring when you're then going to turn around and charge $40 for it after the fact. Because the conclusion, which I think is fair to make, is that when you offered the game for free, you got one number, and after you start charging for the game, this number will be lower, because some of the people that tried it, some of those 2,400 peak concurrent players, will not pay for the game and tried it but just decided it wasn't for them, which is why the number fell off quite sharply, and they ended up at an average of around 1,100 people when all was said and done, floating down into like the sub 1,000 range. And again, I'm not a video game scientist or whatever you'd call it, but I just don't know how you could possibly have a live service first-person hero shooter that is successful with 3-digit, barely 4-digit player numbers on PC.
Hey, I mean, listen, Suicide Squad is holding on. Skull and Bones is holding on.
just doesn't work. But that brings
The 3 people who are playing it as a form of probably psychological punishment in Best Korea are, probably really enjoying it, so we can't even say anything negative about it, okay?
us to today, and today is the launch of advanced access. So if you are one of the people that
Because normal access would not be good enough here.
happens to be excited for the game, then you could pay for the $60 version of the game. And
Dude, imagine paying $60 and you get to play as a fat black woman. Oh man, that's the dream right there, boys. I feel so represented because inside I am exactly that.
play it early, and the rest of the world is going to get access to the game for $40 on the 23rd. So a couple of days from when you are seeing this video go up live. And I tried it. I tried it on stream, and I had some problems. Unfortunately. First things first, the PC version of the game on Steam, I just couldn't get working at all. It didn't unlock for me despite owning the deluxe edition. I just couldn't get it to work. I couldn't download it, couldn't access.
Maybe the game's just nice and trying to be like, you don't want to play me anyway, so don't even bother.
It at all, and so I basically put in a request.
Also, the time to kill in this game is, I don't like Call of Duty slop fests where 9 out of 10 kills are from the back when someone doesn't see you. But this is a little bit too long, okay? I don't like too short, but I don't also like 15 years too long.
for a refund from Steam since I can't play the game that I purchased for $60. Little update, they did approve that and I have gotten my money back, which is good to see because when I played the beta for all those hours, it was technically a different application, so they were willing to refund me my money because we're having technical issues with this. Other people, however, I have seen on Twitch were able to get into the Steam version and play it, although there's just some weirdness going on with the Steam app, like trying to track player numbers and stuff. It's just not working right now, and they only have 13 total reviews. There's just something going on with the Steam version of the game. I don't know.
Damn, that's impressive.
What it is. Maybe it's just glitching out. The whole thing's weird. But the point is, I couldn't play the game on PC. So, because I'm an irresponsible person with my money and a YouTuber, a dangerous mix, I decided to buy the game in addition on PlayStation to try the launch.
Well, at least he didn't have to buy a PlayStation first. Cuck.
Version for myself. I played it on stream after we watched Gamescom opening night live with the one and only Jeff Keighley, and
please tell me Concord was on that show, please.
The high I was experiencing after watching the reveal of the next Mafia game, which is something I'm very, very excited for.
Wait, next Mafia game? Oh my.
Very quickly wore off as I booted in because Concord at launch has a couple of problems, but they have made some improvements, which I'll give them credit for. For one, matchmaking times were actually better than during the open beta that I played all those weeks ago. Matchmaking times were anywhere from 40 seconds to a few minutes, and I didn't ever have anything time out, which is an improvement. During the betas, when the game was free, I actually had problems finding matches within just an hour of starting to play, and I even had some cases of matchmaking time out after 10 minutes since they couldn't find anybody to pair me with in all that time. Granted, I was playing this on stream.
The classical problem of your game having 5 players. Can't really do proper matchmaking, can you? And the slower the matchmaking, the less people want to wait for it, obviously. AKA, the more people leave because the matchmaking is the only thing that you can do. So it's a self-propelling cycle of destruction.
Within just a few hours of the game going live, so in the next couple of days that may drop because I have a feeling a lot of the people who are interested in Concord, if they were willing to pony up $40, they probably are willing to pony up 60. So I'm guessing the majority of players were in this initial batch of people, and that might change as the next few days pass and the game fully opens up to everybody for that $40 price point. But while matchmaking times were improved, I still think it's important to note that these are far from ideal matchmaking times you'd hope to see for a game that's launching to allegedly an excited fan base. I also ran into a couple of bugs and weird behavior.
Allegedly an excited fan base. Ooh.
Within the app, most notably an issue where if you try to cancel matchmaking to back out of matchmaking for one mode in favor of loading into a different mode, maybe you're matchmaking for 4 or 5 minutes and you're not finding a match, so you try to cancel it to load into another more popular mode to find a match faster, the game just locks up. And bear in mind, this is on the PlayStation 5.
Listen, okay, I play Magic the Gathering Arena. I literally can't enter the game without the thing. without needing to log out and then log in because searching for match is a perpetual thing. Bruh.
This is the first.
This is not even the worst, okay?
Party port of a first party game. And if you try to cancel matchmaking, the game just locks up completely. You can't do anything. And when we ran into this on stream, I had to fully close the app and relaunch it with the starter vignette, story, cutscene, whatever playing again. And then I was able to matchmake. But it is a weird problem that I encountered, and so I figured I would mention it here. But like I said, they have made some improvements as well. They have training modes available now, and they have some smaller modes as well where you can do things like running through basic obstacle courses. These secondary modes with the little obstacle courses, they're really, really an afterthought and not particularly interesting to me or to anybody else. I don't know whether or not this is going to find an audience, but the characters move so slowly if you're playing a tank, and then the assault characters often don't have as much mobility as you would have expected. And there's only a few characters that really can zip around the map easily, and I just don't know if there's enough here to really justify this being a dedicated mode. But maybe people are going to eat this up. I really don't know.
What the hell is this?
When you're actually in
I didn't know about this. This seems like the most, well, this seems like as dumb a mistake that, you know, everyone ever would
the
make.
game and playing it, there are also some improvements that they've added, such as a penalty for leaving matches early. This may sound like a really obvious feature to have, but during those betas I talked about earlier, they didn't have any system of punishment or prevention for this type of behavior. So people...
Okay, look, listen, shut up and show us the heroes. We want to see the diverse cast of... Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay.
It's crazy. Like, it's just ridiculous. And
Okay, look. This is the only white guy. You can't see it, I'm in front, but that's the only white guy. And then it's a diverse rogues gallery of empowered women that just gets... Okay, listen. You start on this side. You start here, right? And, you know, it's almost reasonable. You have Discount White Dude, you have Star-Lord Wannabe, you have... I don't know what this is. You got the only hot chick in the game. And then we go to a they-them Roomba. Then it's a black sniper woman because... because snipers are supposed to be silent, but when have you seen a black woman be silent? Then we have crab person right here. Then we have non-white Michael Jackson, which is hilarious. The thing... I can't. If this is a 10 out of 10, this is such an absolute folk disaster. It's insane. Then you have just one of your multiple fat women. I don't know what this is. This is a they-them, another they-them. Quirky PTSD 40 wannabe. Black woman Michael Jackson now. It's insane, okay? It's insane. Old Asian chick. And look at me, I ate the entire refrigerator. It is insane, okay? Listen. This is the most insane crackpot gallery of everything, okay? The white dude is literally, by the way, a baseball reference because I think that they thought that everyone who's white just likes baseball to begin with. And again, then non-white Star Wars. It's hilarious. I can't. I literally just can't. It's great. Okay? Just this alone. It is completely over. Oh, and by the way, you know what this character does? You can't see it because the animations are that bad, but she kills you with white guilt, okay? That's what she does. She throws white guilt at you. I'm not even joking. In reality, she uses, like, throwing knives for some stupid reason, but, you know, I mean, considering she uses, you know, slingshot while she can literally set people ablaze with her mind is kind of dumb. But, I mean, this is just epic. This is just completely... This is just too good. Okay? I love it. I love it. Anyway, I guess that's it. Concord, baby. It's an absolute disaster. Bye-bye.